2, 3. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? 3-Man Broadcast here. I'm your host, Hard Snipe, and today we're going to be discussing the new movie that just been released, Suicide Squad. Now, for this video is going to be a spoilers edition of the movie, a full review of it with spoilers included. If you do not want to listen to the ending or the spoilers that happen in this movie, there will be a link in the description below that will direct you to another video where it is going to be spoilers-free review. And I'm going to give you a couple of seconds just to go make sure to go down there before I get right into it. To go down there in the description for the link and click that, and it will send you to a spoilers-free review. Alright, so here we go. The setting of this movie is right after the events of Batman vs. Superman, which is pretty good because they're moving in a forward direction. I thought when I first was going to go watch it, I thought it was going to be like a sequel to the movie, or to the whole Batman vs. Superman thing. But it is it happens right after the events of Batman vs. Superman is dead. And pretty much, I think the Black Lady as well, she comes back. I think she was in Batman vs. Superman, but the Black Lady comes back, and she pretty much assembles a squad to fight off against other superhuman beings. It's sort of like what they said in the movie. They said, what if Superman just ripped off the White House building and grabbed the president and, you know, took off away with him? Who would have stopped him? And that's basically what this formation is. It's basically the squad that can take out take out superheroes, I guess. And there are a whole bunch of villains. They are stationed. When they first show all the villains, they're stationed in a black site in Louisiana, in the swamps of Louisiana. Basically, every hero's in there except for a couple, which we'll get into later. Pretty much for this one, for the heroes that are inside, there's Harley Quinn, who got captured by Batman after Batman and Joker with Harley Quinn in the passenger seat got into a high-speed chase. Joker was able to escape. Harley Quinn was left there, was left under the water, because I think the outcome of it was actually when they did the car chase, Batman drove him off the road into the sea or into a lake or whatever, and Batman saved Harley Quinn. And awkwardly enough, they kissed. I guess they made out when Harley Quinn got captured by Batman. Which honestly I don't think that was even Batman to begin with. I think it was just some imposter. But and then after that they had Killer Croc was in there as well as in the asylum. Deadshot was also in there as well, played by Will Smith, and some other new guys that also came in, the new faces in here. Diablo, which got captured, or he turned himself in actually after events that happened that he tells about in a later story. We'll get to a later point. Who else came into the fold? What's his name? Oh, I can think of it on top of my head. Boomerang, he came through. He got captured by the Flash, actually. So the Flash made an appearance before this even movie came out, which is pretty cool to see as well. But basically, they're all trapped in here. Well, not trapped. They're basically jailed in prison. And they order the executive. And there's also another person that they did introduce, and which is called the Enchantress. The Enchantress is actually the main villain of the whole storyline, and we'll see how that gets on later. But she was supposed to be part of the Suicide Squad to be originally begin with. And basically how she was found out is a doctor came in, or a researcher, went inside a cave or an archaeological site. She pretty much got trapped. She opened up a bottle, like a little mannequin bottle, opened it up, and pretty much got a ghost, pretty much, I guess, not even a ghost, more like a spirit, took over her body. And yeah, and she has been here for thousands of years, they said. She's an enchantress. She's been here forever. Sort of like a goddess, I guess. You could sort of be seen as a goddess of the whole movie. Omnipotent, as you would say. So when they finally able to do the executive order, they pretty much gather them all up, round them all up. They send them off, which was pretty hard to get them all together because they had all these demands. First off, Deadshot has a child as well, has a child and an ex-wife. And his demands are to actually send his daughter through college and able to see her for the first time in a long time. So that's pretty cool to see how the dad, Deadshot, not the assassin, but the dad sort of shows out as well. Diablo, the fire breather, or not fire breather, but more like a fire person. His suggestion is that he don't even want to fight. He's a peaceful guy. After the events that happened to him, he's pretty much peaceful. Harley Quinn don't even care. She's insane anyway. She's pretty much like, yeah, we're gonna kill some people. Killer Croc pretty much has pretty much said, okay, I'm gonna help y'all, because the objective that they do, if they do complete their objectives that they do, each mission that they do have would give them a 10-year life or 10-year prison sentence knocked off of their jail sentence. And there's pretty much only one mission here. We'll get to that later. So they gather them all around, and they said, okay, we need your help. There's this high-value target in Midway City, which is, I'm guessing when it's called Midway, is in between Gotham and I guess when they call it Midway City, it's between Gotham and Metropolis, I guess, because Midway. And pretty much their objective is pretty much secure this high value target that they don't know about, and yeah, to save them. And pretty much throughout this whole journey right now, they do bring in Katana as well. If y'all don't realize her, she is a Japanese woman. She has a katana that pretty much anything that she kills with that katana, their soul is trapped forever, and cannot be reincarnated, which is a pretty cool thing to have. But basically, they go out, they do the high value target. They try to find the high value target. They try to find the high value target. And the reason why they do the high value target, I didn't say this earlier, forgive me, is because the Enchantress, like I did say earlier, she was supposed to be part of Suicide Squad, but she was able to escape their grasp because pretty much the whole title is that if whoever controls her heart controls the Enchantress. And pretty much the black lady that I discussed earlier that created Suicide Squad, she has the heart. So basically throughout the beginning, pretty much the rise of the Enchantress, pretty much her trying to get her heart. Well, she couldn't get that because I guess somehow, some way, they have a sensor on Enchantress where if she gets nearly close to her heart in a briefcase, it'll detect it and pretty much put her in a lot of pain. So pretty much what she does after that, she goes out and finds her brother. She has a brother pretty much stronger than she is, but he's sort of like the brute of the whole movie. He's sort of like the strong guy, not a lot of magic, not a lot of superpowers. He's just really, really strong and whatnot. So pretty much she frees her, or she frees him. And pretty much, and then that's how the whole story unfolds. She gets him. She asks, these people are getting run by machines, like computers and phones. Well, you need to stop this. So I'm going to create a device to where I'm going to create a machine to where it's going to wipe everybody out, start anew. I'm going to be the new goddess. And pretty much she tells him to go out and pretty much just strengthen up. So we're going to do this. And pretty much they do. He gets strengthened. They pretty much block off. I think it was City Hall, I guess. I don't even know what it was. They pretty much block off this whole area, and pretty much this is where they form their Doomsday device. And this is pretty much where it comes in as well. They pretty much, but that's not their target. Their target is actually trying to save a high-value target. It's not the Doomsday device, oddly enough, which is weird. So anyways, they go into the city. The Enchantress has taken over the whole city. She's pretty much anybody that the Enchantress kissed is now part of their army. So she has a whole army behind her, roaming the streets with the army people as well. And pretty much the Suicide Squad people, they pretty much go through, they kill people, blah, 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 blah. And this is what one good thing I like about this movie is that in some cases, I would say, like X-Men, Batman vs Superman as well, they pretty much just had all these characters come in, and they just said, okay, just do your thing. And they were all clumbled up, they would gather together, they would all clumble up, they would fight together, they would do this, they would do that, they would do yada, yada, yada. But they didn't really have one moment to shine in the movies, except probably in, if you know X-Men Days or X-Men Apocalypse, Phoenix has her little chance at the end of the movie. But there is one good thing about I like about Suicide Squad, and that is that each different character has their own spotlight. Each character in the movie, one way or another, has their own spotlight. Whether it be when either when Deadshot had his opportunity when he was on top of the car and he was shooting all them people, going guns blazing, everybody just stopped and looked at him like it was gas because he kept on killing everybody. Whether it be that, whether it be Harley Quinn in the elevator killing 3 guys with the Magnum, and then he didn't kill another one with a baseball bat. Killer Croc when he came through in the clutch because he got that bomb under the water. Boomerang didn't really have a defining moment, except besides, I'd probably say before, probably in the firefight that they had with all them other people when Deadshot had his chance to shine. I guess Boomerang had his chance. Diablo had his chance to shine later on in the movie, which we'll get to. So pretty much they each had their own little thing. So they go throughout the whole movie. Joker as well has his own little objective as well. When he escaped, I remember when I said back earlier, he escaped. So basically his whole thing now is trying to recapture Harley Quinn. And they basically do that after they say the high value target, which, spoiler alert, a plot twist actually just turn it upside down. The high value target was actually the people that they were controlling. The black woman, like I did say, that controlled everybody. She was the high value target, which was pretty, weird to have, because like when you went down the stairs with the actual people to see who they're going to save, it was the people that actually controlled them and commanded them, which was pretty oddly enough to hear. So when they finally do that, they take the high value target, they try to get on the nearest rooftop. They do a evac, which pretty much gets taken over by Joker. They have the minigun, and the Joker says, "Harley Quinn, come here." Harley Quinn jumps on a rope. They fly away. And here's one good thing about it. They actually another cool thing that they do show about the heroes coming together is that are the Suicide Squad coming together is that the black lady, when they were trying to escape, she tells Deadshot to say, hey, I'll pay you, I'll let you see your kids, you'll be a free man if you're able to kill Harley Quinn. And he says he misses, even though they say his quote is he never misses a shot. And he misses a shot against Harley Quinn, which is pretty, you know, it was pretty cool to see that, because it's sort of like, you know, it's not like, oh, we're all just, you know, individuals. We're actually a team. We're a Suicide Squad. We're actually a squad of a team, which is pretty cool to see. So they survive. Harley Quinn survives for a little bit until their chopper gets shot down, and pretty much at that point, Harley Quinn's still on the ropes. She falls down on the nearest rooftop. The helicopter blows up with Joker in it. At this point, you're pretty much saying that Joker's dead, but we all know Joker don't really die in movies unless really stated, unless you actually see him, you know, get shot, or, you know, if he dies, he dies. But if it's sort of like vague like that, he really doesn't die. So Harley Quinn, she joins back with Suicide Squad right after that failed attempt for them to leave. They pretty much go through the whole mission. They do some more missions, or they do some more action and stuff. But then finally, the high value target also as well, her helicopter gets taken down as well, and she gets captured by the people. And pretty much Suicide Squad goes over there, finds the crashed down helicopter. They pick up the briefcase that she was holding that shows what the mission briefing was about Suicide Squad and what it was going to be. And Deadshot was pretty much pissed because he figured out when he read the thing that Enchantress, or the doctor that gets controlled by Enchantress, was dating the commander of their squad, which his name is Colonel Page, or Colonel, what's his name, Colonel Page? Or just call him Colonel. The Colonel that was controlling them throughout the whole movie was dating the person that was controlled by Enchantress, and they get pissed. And they just say, and Deadshot said, "You can kill me right now, but I'm going into the nearest bar and getting a drink." And every one of the people go inside the bar, including Katana. As Katana was pretty much, she wasn't you know, an evil person, so to say. For Suicide Squad, she was pretty much just be in there to, you know, put them in line, because, you know, like, you have to have a metahuman hero so you can control the other metahuman villains, or metahuman villains. And Katana actually walks into the bar with them, which I was like, when I saw that, my fist right up, because I was like, yeah, Katana's finally going to be, you know, joining, you know, she's actually going to be part of Suicide Squad, which is pretty cool to see. And this is when they all, like, you know, gather around and have a drink. This is when they actually, like, open up to each other. And this is what, you know, I think this was the defining moment of the movie. I really do believe this one scene when they were all in the bar drinking was the defining moment of the whole movie. If there was one thing to remember about the whole movie, was probably that part, because they opened up to each other. They told each other what their pasts were, you know, what happened to each other, including Diablo killing his family in a fire that he set ablaze. They did say, Diablo did say that he killed his family. That's how he got captured. Well, not even captured, he sort of surrendered, because he set his house ablaze. He left the house, and he pretty much surrendered right there, which is pretty sad to hear, actually. And like, it was so sad. And then Deadshot was like, I have a daughter, an ex-wife that I don't really love, but my daughter, like, is the world to me. Harley Quinn is like, I just want a normal life, you know, have a normal family back home. Killer Croc is like, yeah, I just want to, you know, just everybody to be left alone. I want everybody to leave me alone. I'm not really a bad guy. I just want to be left alone to my own things. Boomerang, he's sort of iffy. He's like, yeah, you know, he's like, yeah, like, I still want to do stuff, but, you know, yada, yada, yada. Katana shows off herself as well. She sort of says, you know, like, my husband was killed by the sword, and, you know, his soul's trapped. I'm pretty sad about that to hear. And the Colonel walks in as well. He pretty much shares a drink, and he's like, yeah, the Enchantress actually is my girlfriend. I'm gonna go serve without you, like, without y'all or not, y'all can go. And he pretty much breaks a device that pretty much it's a chip device in each of their Suicide Squad's necks, to where they would explode, where if they ran off, they would blow up, or their heads would explode like a frag grenade. And he pretty much breaks that, and he says, okay, if y'all can go, y'all can go. It pretty much like I was like that point was like, yes, they're all cool with each other. It's not like, oh, if you run away, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, oh, like, I understand where y'all been. Y'all understand what I have done, where I've been. So if y'all want to leave, y'all can leave. And Boomerang does leave at first, but he comes back later on, or pretty much probably seconds later, he comes back. And the Colonel gives Deadshot letters from his daughter that she writes every day. And then Deadshot's like, oh, thank you for giving me these letters. I'm indebted to you, so I'm going to help you get back your girlfriend as well. And then it's going to go into a full scene of them fighting the Enchantress, the main boss. And this what also is pretty much the point where I said, oh my god, I cannot believe this happened. Diablo faced off against the brother, like we did say earlier. He came strong, he was tall, he was strong, pretty much wrecking everybody. And Diablo was like, I'm gonna take this guy out. But the plan was that there was this bomb in a subway station, and that's when Killer Croc had his chance to shine. But the whole subway was filled underwater. This is where Killer Croc shined, is that where he went underwater, he got the bomb, and he pretty much and they said the bomb has to be placed in a certain corner, and we have to drag him to that certain corner for him to die. And Diablo was pretty much going ham. He was beating him. He had his fire. He was shooting fire him, and then he got smacked back. He saw visions of his family, and he pretty much like just turned into like his true form, which was a big, like about as big as him, except he was like he finally was Diablo. He finally was the Diablo. He became taller. He was fire all over. He had blue flames coming out of him as well as red flames, and he shut him into the corner. And this is when the explosion set off. And it didn't say he explicitly died, but it pretty much showed that he, you know, something happened to where he lives or dies, and it's pretty much, it was like an iffy point, and if he did die during that moment, it was so pissed, because he was like the saint of the whole group. He was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be fighting anybody, you know, I'm peaceful, I killed my family, you know, I resented every single day of my life. And then to see him go out like that, it's a shame. It was tragic. We were all like, everybody in the movie theater was so sad that he had to go. And Boomerang, which pretty much Boomerang was a useless character. I don't know why they even had him in the movie. Boomerang was a useless character, but he lives, but Diablo dies. And that's what I was so mad about, was that Diablo died. Why did Diablo die? I was so mad. Oh, you don't know how mad I was about that, because Diablo was such a great character. He really was. He really had more to build up on as a character besides Boomerang, which really don't have any. But Boomerang don't really as a character to build off of. But Diablo was a good character to build off of. He was like loyal to the people. He saved them when they were like when the enchanters enchanted them. When the enchanters pretty much I guess confused them, he was the one to snap him out of control. And Diablo was such a great character, man. I really did. If he comes back alive, I'll be actually pretty glad about that. And they defeat the enchanters because Harley Quinn, she picks up the katana sword, slices her in half, rips the heart out that says whoever controls the heart controls her, and he gives it to the Colonel. And the Colonel was like, "You get out of my girlfriend's body," and you know, and I quote, the Enchantress said, "Try it if you have the balls," which she does. He does squeeze the heart, and she dies. But the doctor, doesn't die. She actually lives, and they all live happily ever after. Or I would say that if they all didn't run back to prison, they all got captured again. They all got put back in jail. Let me see. Boomerang got captured. He wasn't in the black site to begin with. Boomerang was. He got put in jail. Deadshot finally was able to see his daughter. He helped her with a math problem. So I guess he can see her like on and off. I guess see your daughter on and off. Everybody got the private treatment. Harley Quinn got an espresso machine. Killer Croc lives in a sewer now with a TV and, you know, a refrigerator and everything else, which is pretty sick. Katana moves on. Colonel lives with the girlfriend. Who else I have to say? Diablo, yeah, he died. And then after that, pretty much everybody was just in their own cages, except right at the end, before the credits rolled, they pretty much do a breakout, or a jailbreak of Harley Quinn. Joker does. He blows up the walls, pretty much saves Harley Quinn, and Joker and Harley Quinn ride off into the sunset, which might lead into another movie where, you know, it might be Joker and Harley Quinn having their own side movie. Who knows? Joker and Harley Quinn versus Batman again would be a pretty cool thing to have, but I don't see that happening until probably next year. But then after the credits, this is where the most important thing, if you are looking to the future, happens. In the last scene, Batman, or I'm not gonna call him Batman, Bruce Wayne, he pretty much sits down and talks with the black lady that got saved, and pretty much she is under the protection of Bruce Wayne now.